Alright, today we are unboxing a Tuff Country 54916 Toyota 4Runner 4-inch lift kit with upper control arms. And I wanted to run this video because I didn't find much information on this kit, so I figured I'd introduce some folks to it. Some upper control arms, reasonably good shape. Some poly bushings, they slide right in and out. They've got some little notches in there for greasing. Some Zerk locations. This boot's a little loose. I think this compresses down, but you want to be careful unboxing because there is some loaded grease inside of this assembly. I think once during install that might press down onto the unit. Little nut and washer for your ABS lines. These will also have some washers. I believe these washers go on the insides of the upper control arms, just like that. Your grease Zerks. These two go to the other set. And moving forward, so it comes with a differential drop kit. That's this assembly right here. 2 bolts, 2 nuts, 4 washers, and the CNC spacers. All that looks pretty good. Oh, one comment. You know, my one of my upper control arms does have a little chipping going on. I wouldn't necessarily say this is powder coating. It might be. Might just be paint, but you know, a little bit of flaking there, but may have just been from bouncing around in the box. Otherwise, everything else here looks really good. Continuing on, these are the skid plate spacers. So once you drop the diff, you need to drop the skid plate a little bit. Some spacers for your rear shocks. So your rear shock will bolt in here, and then this bolts to the top of the vehicle. The instructions are pretty vague on where these go. These large flat washers, they have something to do with this assembly. Not sure yet. Maybe when we get into the car it'd be more obvious. And scanning over. So this is pretty typical for these cars. This is a preload spacer, so this is going to take some of this preload out of your springs up front. This will, you know, the top hat will sit here. Factory spring will sit here with the rubber gasket provided from the factory. So that'll kind of pre-tension your springs a little bit. Little hardware bag, that's for new longer bolts that'll go on top of your strut hat. Same here. This is a strut spacer, so once the whole assembly is back in the vehicle, then you also have a strut spacer as well. So what this looks like is your typical 3-inch lift kit, right? With an additional 1-inch up front. The interesting part is, my guess is if you're worried about your CV axles or you just don't like the look, this almost seems to be reasonably adjustable. You could probably take this out, make this into a 3-inch lift kit, and be fine there. I would note that they do offer a 3-inch lift kit with upper control arms, but I don't recall something about the kit changes. I think I went with this one. Got a good price on it, so it all worked out. Suspensionconnection.com hooked it up. And here we are. We've got some rear springs. So those are pretty obvious. Tapered on one end. I don't know if Tuff Country buys these or makes them themselves. The finish on them appears to be different than the rest of the kit, but they do look very nice. They do have a model number T25R CL16. So I don't know if those are purchased through another company or if they're made by them. The instructions are what you would get out of one of these box kits. They're not amazing. Right off the bat, the part numbers on the bag of bolts, so to speak, were all wrong. So that was exciting. But it all seems to make sense once you run through the instructions. They give you a little product registration, give you a little decal if you want one for your windshield. And so that's it. Hope this helps. Hope to post a video during install. Thanks.